My name is Stephan Wrage. I'm the founder and CEO of SkySails. There was this one day at the beach. I was about 14 and I was sailing with a friend of mine in a small dinghy. And it was really boring. We just were sailing around, not much wind, not much speed. So we stopped and we went kiting on the beach. And suddenly there was this enormous power. We were pulled over the beach, the both of us. He couldn't hold me. I was flying the kite. He was hanging on my back. And this was like, wow, how much energy is up there? And how can we use this energy? And this question never let me go. When I finished my university, there was this question, what should you do with your life? And of course, there are jobs that you can apply for or that you get offered. And the real question is, how do you want to spend the most precious thing you have, which is your lifetime? And I decided to have something being done against the climate crisis and facilitate the energy transition. So I founded SkySails. So there is this book called Limits to Growth by Dennis Meadows, and it's the first report to the Club of Rome that has been published in the year that I was born. And I read this book when I was a teenager, and it really had a big influence on me. So it became evident to me by reading this book that the climate crisis is the largest problem of mankind. And I wanted to do something against that. I wanted to facilitate the energy transition. So there was no real question, should I fund a company or not? Should I do something or not? It was just necessary to act. Honestly, I never really doubted that all this would work. I was convinced from the very first moment, because we don't violate any physical laws. And if you act within the physical laws, you can just technically build it. So for me, it was always evident that we would do it, that we would make it work. But of course, there are these precious moments where you just think, wow, this is it. And one of these moments was when we were pulling a 35,000-ton vessel over the ocean with just a piece of cloth. Of course, it's a high-tech cloth, and of course, it's very durable. But nevertheless, it's a piece of cloth, and it seems like it would be fragile. It's not, but it seems like that. And then you're pulling this enormous big ship. So that was really a wow moment. And another of these wow moments was in 2024, when we first time audited our power curve, meaning an external expert was testifying that our system really works and performs as we thought it should do. So that was really like, we nearly made it. My core motivation hasn't changed. Today, it's even more important to do what we do, because climate crisis is developing even worse than projected. So it's very, very important that people act. And so we try to act as fast as we can. On top, today, energy resilience and autonomy are very, very important. With SkySails power systems, we can offer local supply chains, local production that increases social equality and quality of life for the people, as they have access to green energy and water. The bravest moment in the history of SkySails was when we shifted from the marine business of towing ships to electrical power production by autonomous kites. It hasn't been the right time for our shipping system, as shipping was in a permanent crisis from 2008 until 2020. So we decided to take all our knowledge and know-how and also our passion and start into a new venture that is power production, land-based, with our kites. And as you can see today, it has been the right decision. To me, our claim, Inspire to Change, means showing people that it is possible to work with nature instead of working against nature. By the way, this is a huge business opportunity, maybe even the largest that has ever been there. Change begins with a clear vision what the future should look like, and it should be a future without fossil energies. A world without fossil energy is more social, it's a more just world, and overall more livable. This means leading by example and inspiring courage for change.